Stevie Nicol standing by for us with a grin like a Cheshire cat after Liverpool secured UEFA Champions League football for next season. That was at the weekend, Stevie. Good to see you. Want to get your thoughts, though. Let's go to Italy. Juventus also getting UEFA Champions League football next season. Beating Bologna at the weekend, moving inside the top four. But Pirlo dropping Cristiano Ronaldo. What's going on?
Well, I think that particular situation makes you think that either Pirlo's making a statement to the people upstairs that this really is his team, he's in charge, and what he says goes, or he's trying to tell Ronaldo that, you know what, all this talk about you with your removal vans outside your house, all these stories that are going around in Italy, if they're true, then guess what, you can go. Because in a game they had to win. And you mentioned Liverpool as well getting into Europe. At least Liverpool knew that if they won, they would qualify. Juventus going into this game had to win and then hope that Napoli would mess up. And so the fact that you go into such a huge game, you know, maybe the biggest game for a decade at Juventus, without your recognised superstar, I mean, that to me tells a big, big story. And I guess regardless of whether you think it's down to Pirlo talking to the people upstairs or Pirlo talking to Ronaldo, I would be shocked if Ronaldo's here at Juventus at the start of next season.
Yeah, it's a punchy call by Pirlo, isn't it? Let's move on to the UEFA Champions League final, which is coming up on Sunday in Porto, in Portugal. It was, of course, meant to be in Istanbul, but they shifted it to the Iberian Peninsula. Big worries for Chelsea as they take on City. Big worries for you, especially over guys like goalkeeper Edouard Mendy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a concern. Mendy, since he's come to Chelsea, has been an absolute rock. I mean, considering they spent, what, a near world record fee for Kepa, and all of a sudden they get this guy from nowhere in France for a pittance. He's been absolutely fantastic. Arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League since he got there. That would be a concern. But I think the biggest concern for Chelsea is, where are the goals coming from to beat this Man City team? Because it's hard to think the City won't create and score at least a goal. And Chelsea right now don't have a goal scorer. Yes, they've got players that have ability, you know, going forward, like the likes of Werner, Havertz, Mount, Ziyech. I mean, all these names, and you think, oh my goodness, quality. But there's one thing they all have in common right now. Where's the goals? And so to beat Manchester City, Chelsea, from nowhere, are going to have a couple of players, particularly those going forward, who find the shooting boots. And for me, that's a toss of a coin right now.
Don't worry, Thomas Tuchel's got it locked down. It's going to be a great final. Thanks for that, Stevie. Let's get your thoughts on Ruben Dias of Manchester City getting the Football Writers Footballer of the Year award, the first defender since Stevie Nicol to do so. Thoughts, please.
Well, I'm delighted to see that a defender gets it again at last. Yes, we all love scoring goals. We all love watching goals. And I guess the game is about goals. But you know what? There's a little thing called defence. And I think this year we saw how important it is that you defend properly, because Manchester City, without the signing of Ruben Dias, yes, his partnership with Stones was fantastic, but ultimately, without the signing of Ruben Dias, I'm not so sure Man City would have won the Premier League this year. So I'm absolutely delighted that A, a defender has won it, B, Ruben Dias has won it, because he's been fantastic. But at the end of the day, puts us defenders back on the map at last.
Fantastic. That grin like a Cheshire cat is still there. Stevie, brilliant as ever. Take care.
Cheers.